Hello and welcome to Sparkle and Chill. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Today is just going to be a real basic whip and chat. I started working on the for some reason, Randall Spangler. Spangler. I don't know why I keep wanting to call him Richard Lawrence, but every time I go to do this painting, I start thinking Richard Lawrence, and it's Randall Spangler, so I apologize for that. It's been kind of a weird week, and so I thought I would do a little whip and chat and go from there. My last posting was a couple days ago, or maybe yesterday. So check that out. That was unboxing of or not unboxing, it was the kitting up of the Forever Young, which is, and I don't know if I explained it very well. It's a year-long process of basically mini gems, but they're a little bit bigger than like the Art Dot little 4x6s. They're 5x7s, and they cover the whole a whole 5x7 of the thing. And so I'm excited about those. I haven't started them yet. I got it kitted up, and then it's just been just life. Just life. And so I have not got anything else accomplished. I did, however, find these really cute little magnets. I started working on this one a little bit ago. Isn't that cute? It says Soulmate. And there's a package of, it says there's 20, but I only got 19. So I got shorted. I thought I'd show them to you before I get started, just because I thought they were so cute, and Valentine's is coming up. And that one just hit the floor, so we'll look at that one later. And then it has it in two sides usually. It was Only You, Wink. They're little conversation hearts, right? Cutie pie. True love. You get the picture. Anyways, there's supposed to be 20 of them in the box. There was 19, so I'm not gonna call out the press to get one extra one. So I don't know. Some of them had doubles with different colors. There's 3 different colorations. I kitted them up, and it just took 1, 2, 3, 4. So it took 8 bottles, because each color, except for the 4, which is the black, all of the rhinestone ones though took 2 bottles, and the number 3 took 3, and that's just because they're the red ones, and that's the most prominent color in all of them. So these are kind of fun. I thought I would share those with you. I'm not going to do a whole video on them, but I thought I would share those. They're just kind of a fun thing to do when you're in the mood to just get a little something done. And so I started this one earlier today, just to kind of see how they work. And but I'm gonna turn things down here. I worked this week off camera. I got 3 of these. Let me turn this part off so I can show it to you without the lights first. And then it's really beautiful. The part of this mat or tablecloth or whatever, that it might even be the flooring that it's sitting on. It's hard to I think it might be sitting on a table, but it might be on a floor. But I'm thinking he's sitting on a table with all this stuff stacked up behind her. Anyways, a lot of this flooring is done in fairy dust, and it's really shiny. Is that in the right place? Yeah, it's this little area right here. I've got most of the bottom part done. There's just this part that I'm working on. I did just set a timer so that I would not talk your ear off and bore everybody to death. So this kit has been fun. It's coming to life. I love the some of these. I'll turn it off at the end so you can see the actual picture not lit up. It's really, really pretty, and so I'm excited I got this one. I'm still waiting on the Peggy Collins new floral one. Oh my gosh, if you guys didn't see that, it dropped, I think it was last week. And I had points, so I used a good chunk of those points to get it, and I am so happy to say I bought that kit for $10 shipping. That just tells you how many diamond paintings I have, because it takes a lot of paintings to get that many points. And I still have quite a few points that I have another $50 plus. So I'm holding on to those for a little bit longer. I thought about using all of them, but I thought if I just get a couple more kits, I'll be able to bring that up to getting, you know, more bang for my dollar. So that's what I'm doing, and hopefully I'm not going to be buying a whole lot more, but I will buy enough to get those points to where they need to be. And I'm going to be doing some things to actually earn points too, that don't involve spending money, because right now money's a little tight, not working. But I did something that, I don't know if anybody, I decided to make a spreadsheet. And I think when you get to the point of making a spreadsheet, you realize you've got a problem. When you have so many paintings that you need a spreadsheet to kind of remember what you have, you might have a problem. So I did that. I made a spreadsheet, realized I've got, and I'm not even done with the spreadsheet. I've still got a couple boxes of stuff several boxes of stuff to go through, but just 2 boxes that have more, the smaller DAC kits that you get from Amazon. So once I get all of everything uploaded, I already was told by ChatGPT, but that just the ones that I already have listed, I have like 3 years worth of paintings to do. So this girl's got to slow down, because you just don't need that much. So, but you know, these kits come out and then you're like, I might never be able to get it again. Well, you might never get to the point where you can actually do it. So I have come to the conclusion that I will buy a couple more kits just to get the points, and also the kits, but so that I can get my points to where they actually get me something. And then we'll see. I haven't opened all of the cards, the trading cards. So hopefully in those trading cards there's more than just bronze, because that's pretty much, I got kind of to where I stopped opening. I had opened a few without showing the kit yet, and I was still getting nothing but bronze, and I thought, well, I might as well just do them when I get to them. So there's several that I don't know what they are, but the vast majority of them I know are bronze. So that's kind of a bummer. But I like the cards, so I don't want them to go away, so I don't want to complain too much about them, because I do think that they're nice, and I keep them in a little book, and yeah. So but I'm kind of happy to be getting something I finished. So New Year's Eve, the last couple of videos that have dropped have been kitting up and kitting down projects for this month and beyond, maybe. If you guys saw the videos, you know I kitted up the Forever Young kit, and that's a good video. If you bought those and you haven't kitted it up yet, it might give you ideas on what to do there. And I don't say that because I think I'm better than anybody else. I say that because it really was a challenge to think through, because it comes with 12 legends and stickers for your drill, for your bottles or your storage. And then it's an interesting, the way that they said it. So just if you watch the video, you'll see it was kind of it would be worth seeing how to kit that one up, or at least how I did it. I'm sure there's other ways to do it, but there was just a lot that came with it, and it's a lot of colors, because it's 79 colors. So I had to use my bigger storage thing, which prompted me to have to get another big one, because I know over the course of a year I'm gonna need that bigger storage, just for a couple of the paintings that I have lined up to do have, you know, more drills, more colors, I should say. So that is something to be aware of. But I know a lot of people did those kits this last year. I found it about 3 months ago is when I found those and bought them, and then I was like, oh, how am I gonna kit that up? And I was saving it. I didn't even open it until I did the unboxing on it, because I knew I was gonna, you know, use it for this year, because I when I got it, the year was already, you know, pretty much done, and I didn't want to start it in, I think I got them in October. I didn't want to start them then. I wanted to wait till January. So that's what I've done. And I'm glad, because it gave me, and I kitted up the calendar, and I did that video. I showed that in a video. I didn't do a whole video on January, but I did get it kitted up. And so yeah, it's really been a busy few days, right? There was a lot to do. Trying to finish everything up. I got my little Christmas tree finished. I got all my Christmas stuff done that I was going to work on. There's still stuff that I had bought that I had thought I would get to. I had got the there was a DAC Christmas stocking and some ornaments and some little what do you call them, coasters. I finished everything, but I didn't do the stocking. So that whole kit, and I'll work on that stocking next year, because I just wasn't gonna do one more Christmas project out of that. But that was a great kit. If they come out with those kits again, I would nab them if I were you, because it came with Christmas tree ornaments, it came with a stocking, it came with stickers, it came with some really cute little Christmas stickers, it came with coasters. It had a lot of different things that were in that kit. And so I originally got it for my Christmas in July, but I did not do good at Christmas in July. I just couldn't get into Christmas in July. I got 2 of the coasters done, and then it all sat in my bag, and I worked on the rest of that in the Christmas season this year. So they got done, and they were cute, and they were fun. The Christmas ornaments were double-sided, and they were done with the little rhinestones, and then I finished the coasters, and there was, what else was in that? Stickers. Oh, and there was a Christmas card, and I did that and sent that to my mom, and I think, oh, there was something else, but I don't know. I can't think of what it was. Then I also had that little Christmas house. I got a bunch of these. I got these on HSN. I didn't get the Christmas house done, but I think I got a lot done. I got my Blitzen finished. I got Frosty the Snowman finished. I had started that earlier the month before in November. I got it finished. And then, what's the other thing I did? me think. It was a lot, though. I mean, there was a lot of different little Christmas things. And I loved that because I love the Christmas season, and it just kind of gets you in the mood. And nice little quick Christmas gifts. And so now we're into the new year. This is a painting I've been wanting to do since I unboxed it earlier in the year, or in the later part of the year. I don't remember exactly when I unboxed it. It was a few months ago. And I'm trying to unbox and then start working on that project, you know, fairly quickly after unboxing, just because I've been watching a lot of different creators unbox a lot of things, but then I never see them actually work on the project. And I'm like, or at least show a finishing of the project. So I was like, you know, I want to actually unbox it, and then I want to show it to people, you know, because it's go in there, because I think that's part of the fun of somebody showing you something, is having them show it to you when it's been finished. And I think this is the right color for that. It is. I missed an N there, and I think that's an N. Yep. Yay. Okay, because I didn't have any more. And there are, use just a couple though. Okay. So what are you guys working on? Do me a favor and drop a comment down there if you're working on something. Oh, I am going to have a link to the Facebook page, because I haven't really done a lot with it. I've got about 12 followers on it, because I started it back when I started my channel, but I haven't really promoted it a lot, because I frankly had a lot on my plate to be working on all of that too. So I decided not to do a whole lot of promoting of it till I was ready to really do something. And I was trying to think of, okay, what do you do? I'm on a couple different Facebook groups, and it mostly consists of people posting their artwork, and that's great, because I really do like to see other people's artwork and what they're working on. So this will give me the opportunity to say, hey, post what you're working on. So feel free to go. The link will be down below. It's Sparkle and Chill. And I'm trying to think of what the actual site is. So I'll have it linked in the description. So go and look for that there, and you can go and sign up to be on there. It's got a couple questions on there. It's mostly just because we want to be kind and courteous when we are in the group to other people. No bullying, no, you know, if you can't say something nice, basically don't say it, you know. It's okay to have differing opinions, but let's not cause drama. In fact, I had somebody on my page yesterday, it was pretty funny, who made a comment that was rather rude, and I went and I posted on it, and I was being very nice. I didn't want to ban her from the group or anything. I just wanted to, you know, I don't know, you know, that's not okay. So I said, let's be careful with how we speak to each other here. And the person shot back at me, like literally within a minute of me saying that. She wrote, just keep on moving if you don't like my comment. I was like, whoa. So I posted back on it real quickly. Well, this is my page, and I'm not going to have that going on here. So maybe it's time you moved on. Thank you. And I then blocked her from the group. I gave it a few minutes because I knew she was still online so that she would see it, and then I blocked her and removed the comments. It just wasn't kind, and I'm not going to put up with that. There is too much bad stuff in the world that when you go online for your hobby to deal with crazy people that don't want to be nice, you know, it's like, why? Why are you going into a page that's dedicated to, you know, things that are nice and uplifting, and go and make bad comments to people. It doesn't make any sense to me. So I basically says, no, we're not playing that game. And didn't hear anything from her. Well, probably because she couldn't say anything. But I was just like, I don't want to be offended. I did this a long time ago in my own regular Facebook page. I kept seeing people say things about not having bullies and having people that were not kind on their Facebook, and I thought, well, that's weird. I didn't have any of that going on in mine. I mean, everybody pretty much just, you know, agree to disagree, or, you know, don't say anything about certain things, and so I didn't understand what was going on. And then I had one particular person, about a month or so after I said that, I jinxed myself, I'm telling you. About a month after I made that comment, I had somebody on my page who I had thought was a very good friend for many years, and just like jump on me about something that made no sense. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. And so I was like, where did that come from, you know? And so at first I was like, okay. And then one of my friends stuck up for me, and I was like, okay, you know, and I'm just like, well, we'll just move on and not think about it. And then it seemed like every time I turned around, that person and a couple other people were just being rude. So I finally just blocked them, and I left the group that I had been on that we were in together. Because one of the people had created that, and I was like, you know what, I don't want anything to do with this. And so I got rid of the drama. I'm like, you know, I come onto Facebook to talk with friends, to be, you know, it's you know, it's a place to, you know, hang out, get recipes, talk to people. I mean, that's all it is to me. It's not. And so I decided that from that point forward, any kind of drama, I was just removing it, because it's okay to have a difference of opinion. There's a difference between drama and having an opinion and speaking that opinion. There is nothing wrong with letting your opinion be known, if you can do so in a way that isn't offensive to everybody else around you, right? And that's really where it comes down to. And I think that's where I am with the group. If I find people can't be nice, they'll just be removed from the group. And it's just know that that's the way it's going to be. I'm not going to put up with nonsense. People don't come on to talk about diamond painting to get belittled or talked bad about. So we're just not going to do that. You know, we can agree to be the people, you know, that are welcoming and caring and whatnot in a diamond painting. You know, we're a diamond painting group. We're not. Are you guys even seeing this? Yeah, it is. I'm not in any way, shape, or form going to have a hobby turn into political, you know, conversations. That's for somewhere else. Go do that somewhere else, not there. And I just want it to be a place where we can do things like come together and let's do Peggy Collins week, you know, or month. You know, let's see, you know, if you guys like Peggy Collins, find a painting and let's, you know, show each other their progress on it. You know, it's not a contest. I'm not big enough to be doing that kind of stuff. It's just, you know, let's work on something together at the same time and share each other's project and cheer people on and you know, be helpful with one another. So that's my hope for that just becomes a place where you can, you know, show what you're doing. I'm not the expert. I have a channel because I decided I wanted to do a channel on this because it's what I enjoy doing, and you know, maybe I can help somebody with theirs. Maybe somebody can help me. You know, maybe, you know, I mean, there's a million reasons to do a YouTube channel. I did it mostly because it was something I had wanted to do for a while. I didn't know what to do. There was a guy online, the Economic Ninja, and he said that everybody should start a YouTube channel. I'm not sure that everybody should start a YouTube channel, but maybe. And, you know, so he was challenging everybody to do that. And so I started one, and it didn't really fly because I was not very consistent with that channel, and I didn't really know what to talk about. And then one day, I was looking at something. I looked up, I thought, somebody said, you could, I think it was a friend of mine, she said, you could Google anything. And I'm like, you could Google anything. So I Googled diamond painting. And all of a sudden, I found all these people that were doing diamond painting. I was like, whoa. And I'm like, well, this is a good area for me to do, because it's kind of what I was looking for. How can I, you know, and so that's really how I started doing my channel. And it's still small. I'm at 85 subscribers. I'm trying to hit my 100 mark. I know other people have done it much faster than me. I'm not in a race. I'm doing this all organically. I didn't want to post it and have all my friends that don't know anything about diamond painting and might not even be interested in diamond painting, because you want people to find you that are your people in what you're talking about, you know, not just a friend who might watch just because they're, you know, your friend. So I'm trying to do this organically, and you know, have other diamond painters or people who are specifically looking for certain things, because I think that's what you want to find, is people who are interested in the same things that you are. And diamond painting has been really important to me since I found it. It's been really a good place to go when I'm frustrated, when I'm the only time it's not good to diamond paint for me is when I'm tired, because I start dropping things. You guys have probably seen that. My last video, okay, it's very long, but if you're not, you know, you don't want to watch the whole thing, I think it was the last 2 sections of it. I dropped drills on the floor. I did another blooper that was pretty funny. In the very last 20-minute section, there's something I did, and I was really tired. I was really tired when I was doing it, and I should have waited to do my content, but I was tired, and I still wanted to get something accomplished, and so I did, and it was pretty funny. I told a couple stories in there, and that I thought were funny, and people might like. But that video got way too long, and I didn't realize it till afterwards, and I should have edited a lot more of it out. Believe it or not, I did edit stuff out, and I thought I had edited quite a bit out, but it was still too long. So I figure most people, if they're like me, when they're watching content, especially diamond paintings, a lot of times they're diamond painting right with them, because that's what I do. I turn somebody on that's a diamond painter, and I diamond paint unless I'm recording. And that just gives me something to listen to while I'm doing it. Get different, end up with, you know, tips and just camaraderie, really, about, you know, doing what you're doing. My time is almost up. My timer's going to go off. So although I didn't get much done here, I hope that you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, all the things. And I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye now.